Hello everyone, this is Bernice from the Napping Mouse, and in today's video we're going to be creating these projects right here from the Prep Paper Pack tutorial that I created a few days ago. I'll have that link down below so you'll know what I'm talking about. But here is a 3x3 card that we've made, and I like to call these little love notes. You don't need to put the ribbon on it, you can actually just make it into that, and it would be a nice cute little love note. Or if you wanted to go ahead and hole punch, which that's what we will be doing in this video, and putting these ribbons, we'll go ahead and do so, as well as using up some blings and everything that we done, the die cuts, the backgrounds, and the embellishments. In this one here, we're going to be creating this envelope right here, and when you turn it, open it up, it will have a little card. Okay, and this is all from the paper pack that we've been working on. Okay, so let's get started. The supplies that you're going to be using today is the scrapbook adhesive tape roll, the 3D foam squares, also from Scrapbook Adhesive, a 1/4 inch ribbon, satin ribbon from Waste Not Paper. This one is in Sunshine. Twine, about 12 inch. This is from Knot and Bow. And then the borders that we have, the die cuts that we created, and also some of the other embellishments. Also, if you have a scoreboard, this makes it a lot easier. I'm using the Martha Stewart scoreboard, and this scoreboard does create envelopes. Okay, so we're going to be doing that from 6x6. So what you'll do in the back of the scoreboard for this one, it nests in there, and so it's easy to keep. And then also in this top part, it keeps a bone folder in here. Oh, FYI, none of this is sponsored. This is all my products that I love to use. The only thing that I push to sell are the products that are in my store. Okay, so let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is get the 6x6 that we've already cut out. Now, here are some of the 6x6 that we've been using, and we'll need one of those. So let's see. You know what? Oh, they're also... Oh, this is so difficult to decide. I'm going to do that one because I really love this one. Okay, and then we are going to, here, I'll put this up here. We're going to create a the smallest one that they have. Okay, so we're going to start with the 5.5 by 5.5. I'm not going to cut it down to 5.5. I'm just going to use the 6x6, and we'll go for the best, which actually they all turned out pretty cute. So stay with the 6x6, and then you're going to score. The first one is going to be scored on 2 inch, and then the second score is at 2.5 inch. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, let's make sure that I'm in frame so you know what I'm talking about. So I'm nestling the 6x6 paper right against this. And then the first line, the first score mark, which is the A here. Okay, the A's are on the left and right, and the B's are the top and bottom. So I'm going to score it at 2, and then rotate. Okay, and now this is 2.5, because this is the B part. Okay, and then rotate, and back to the A, which is 2. Okay, and then the last rotation will be 2.5, or the B. Okay, and we'll set this aside. Now go ahead, and you'll see, it's easier to see it on this side. You'll need a scissors as well, but you're going to cut this, and let me draw it out. So you're going to be cutting these part over here, okay? So on all 4 sides, those are just the excess paper, okay? And you can kind of see that there's 2 lines right there when you do the fold. I go to the furthest line. Okay, so like the inside line, if that makes any sense. So the inside of where I do not cut the flap there, is where I cut. Okay, there we go. And you'll see later on, once you've pre-cut all of this, once you've done that prep work, creating any other projects goes by so much faster. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the side flaps, or the A flaps, we're going to fold it inside. Okay, and then get your bone folder or anything. Like here, I'm using chopsticks. I'm using different, I don't sell bone folders on my online store. I haven't found like ones to sell. So therefore, I just use whatever, like you can use a pencil, you can use a chopstick. I've got this utility knife that I purchased from Daiso, and I use that as well as a bone folder. So here we go. All right, now we're going to open this up, and what I like to do with this is I'll get my ruler. Okay, and I hope you can see it, but I will make sure that there's a line between here and here. I will get my pencil and I'll go ahead and I'll draw on that line. Okay, just these points right here, because I want to cut this off. I don't want to keep it. You can, if you prefer to bend it under and keep it like that, you can go ahead and do so. Okay, I just think it adds more bulk to it, so I prefer to just cut it off. Okay, there we go. And then this becomes scrap. Now go ahead and get your glue. I actually use liquid glue for this one. I know I showed you the tape runner. The tape runner is good as well, but I prefer liquid glue when it comes to this. Now go ahead and close and then press. Okay. Make sure it's adhered but not stuck to the inside of the card. And if you have a corner punch, that would also help. If you don't have a corner punch, get something like round, draw it out, and then you can cut it. But that will just make for a nice finished polished edge. Even though we're going to be covering it, it'll still give it a nice polished edge. Okay, we're going to wait for that to dry. We'll set this one aside, and then we're going to create the cards that go. Now the cards, what you'll do is get the borders that we've cut out. You know, remember the 4x6, the 3x3 borders. That's what we're going to be using. And since they've been previously cut, it makes it for so much easier. Excuse me, they're not the borders, they're the backgrounds, what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take a 4x6 border. Now this was for a picture frame that when you do scrapbooks, but we're going to fold this in half. Okay, and this becomes our card that we put on the inside. There we go. And these are all the other borders that we created. That would be a nice card as well too. But yes, so that's what we're going to do. And this will be our card, our message card that we put on the inside. You don't have to, if you want to, actually, let's bling this up a little bit since we have it here. All right, we're going to put, going to keep it simple. Keep it really, really simple. You could put a message, you could put that. That right there would look nice, but maybe you want to add, let's go and find the borders that we had before in the past that we've cut all these up. This would look nice if you could just put it across like that. That would look really nice. This, that would look nice. It would kind of give it some more oomph. Let's see. We're just playing around here now, guys. Oh, that would look kind of nice right there too. Let's see, let's see. I'm sorry, I still like this one. I just love the foil, just how nice it looks. And so we'll go ahead and cut. Let me cut this apart and let me measure this. And all I'm going to do is carefully put this together without, well, you know what I can do? I can actually glue that down first and then cut it, but we're just doing it like that for now. Okay, let's set all this aside. I mean, you can even go as far as like if you wanted to add more, like another line another border within a border, but hey, you can go far with this. I mean, it'll look really, really nice. But for the sake of this video, we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I hope everyone is doing well today. I've been working really hard on all these projects, and it's amazing how when you have like everything is cut up and prepared, your projects just go by so much faster, and you actually create more than what you realize that you can do. It's a little crooked. Let me straighten this out. Still got a little glue there. Perfect. Now what I'll do to this one is I'll actually use the 3D foam dots. And these are from Scrapbook Adhesive, and I do still carry this in my store, so I'll have that link down below. And so sorry if the table is shaking here. I'm a little heavy-handed when it comes to creating. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Perfect. Nice, simple. Love it. Now you have something that you can just write a secret message, any kind of note that you want, and then you'll put it in the back here of the envelope. And then this is one that is just makes it so much easier. Now I got this at the dollar store, and so what I do is did I put these together already? Normally what I do is already like have them cut up and put them together like this, but these are just Velcros, and they come in a package, and I forgot how much they come in a package, but you do get a substantial amount. So if you are creating like any kind of projects, they're worth buying. I mean, for like $1.25. Oops, okay, that's a little crooked, but that's not going to matter because we're gonna push that or press that down. That's a little, no, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, and now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go through our die cut stash here. And believe it or not, I've been, with all these videos that I've been creating, I've been using up a lot of these die cuts. Surprising how, if I can find some more, I've got to go through the pack again. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned before, the pack is from Recollections. I did get it at Michael's when they had their sale. Where is it? It's called Sage Park. It's from Recollections, and I did get this at Michael's, and I've been using a lot of the paper, and still with all the projects that I've been creating, there's still a lot more paper. So yeah, you'll get a lot from that. Okay, so now we're going to work on the front. So what I'll do is we'll go back to the backgrounds here, and we're just going to kind of create like mix and match and see what we've done, see what we've cut up. I like that. That actually matches the card, so maybe I'll go ahead and use that. I'm not so keen on covering this part here, but we'll see, because I do want to put like some flowers. Let's see, we're gonna put some die cuts here, and it's gonna look perfect. Okay, do love it, do love it. Now if you'd like, I have some decorative punches as well, and you can go ahead and use that. Sorry for shaking the table here, but it isn't necessary. Okay, it just gives it a little bit of pizzazz, but it isn't necessary. So let's go ahead and glue that down. This, keep in mind that if you want to put any kind of saying or writing, like if you want to write it down yourself, just use like a light color paper so you can see. There we go. Now I'm going to add this. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my 3D foam dots here, and we're going to add this to the front. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned, if you have like sequins, you know what, another thing that is really good, I haven't used it yet, but any of you guys that have done diamond art, you get a lot of those little diamond blings in a package. use them up to like add some diamond art there. I mean, like some little blings there or blings here. I mean, I'm going to do that in one of my projects. Not in this one because we've got more to do, but in a later video, we're going to do that. If you have used it, let me know in the comments and how you've used it, for what projects you've used. And if you do care, like, I mean, I just think it's a great recycling of materials. I mean, heck, use up all the materials that you have already, too. I know as crafters, man, we collect a lot. Okay, so there's that. We're going to leave that all together, and I'm going to set that aside to dry. Next thing that we're going to do is work on our cards on the 3x3 little love notes here. And I'm going to take, there's two ways of going about this. So I still have these cards, and what I did when I was cutting these up, instead of cutting it the full 3x3, I did cut it into 6, and then I just didn't, I cut it in half at the 3, but I didn't cut them into the 3x3s. I just left it at that. So we can actually use this as a card. So just fold that in half, and I'm going to take one of these 3x3s and I'm going to cut it down a little bit so I can get that 1/8 of an inch border all around. So, and if you're going to cut it, you'll need to cut it 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I'm actually going to see if I can wing this. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I will do it like this. Now, I'm bad at this as well. I create tick marks. If I could avoid measuring, that's great. It's a win-win for me. But I create like little tick marks here, and I just cut it. Do I have, well, I've got my scoreboard here, but anyways, and I try to go as straight as possible. I'm winging it here, guys. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, we'll set this aside. Well, okay, not that bad. All right. Cool. I'm happy. All right, let me go get my decorative punch, and I'll punch these on all sides, and it will match. This will pretty much match everything. And also, what's easy, that if you're working with the same paper pack, everything is going to match. Everything will go together. It will coordinate. So yeah, it really just depends on your taste. Let me get that out of the way. If you like what you see so far, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. That will completely and totally help my channel tremendously. And also, I'll be having a lot more videos coming up. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to join our small community. Okay, so also in the paper pack, prep paper pack tutorial, we did cut these up here. So what I'm going to do is choose what I want. Let's see, that's pretty dark. And I did cut, well, it looks okay. I do have other decorative punches as well, and so that's why you see all these different punches. But if you don't, you just use like the end of a bottle, or I'm just going to go with that. I like it. I think it looks great. And it gives a nice contrast with the flowers too. Now let's see. That'll look nice. This would be too big, of course, and I'll have to cut that down. Let me see. Do I have something else that would work? I'm just going to go with this one. It'll just be easier. Easier. It is done. Let's glue that down. Okay, then I'm going to put some dimensionals in the back here. Oh, and you know what? The thing that I didn't do was I didn't cut a hole punch. I didn't put a hole punch right there. We can just keep this as a little card if you want to. Look how sweet that is. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, now let's add some bling on the corner. My poor dog Daisy is just having such a hard time when I'm not close to her. She just starts to, she hears my voice, but she just gets a little bit antsy, and she's old. She's 14 years old, and I, you know, I understand, and I've had her since she was 6 weeks old. So I'm going to enjoy her presence as much as possible because I don't know how long I'm going to have her. You know, these little fur babies give you such great joy, and just gives you such, I mean, so much tremendous happiness. But when it's time for them to go, you know, it's hard. It's really hard. All right, so now we're going to put our sequins here. And I have a tendency to put a lot of glue when I do the sequins. Luckily this glue does dry quick. I do have I put the art glitter glue in this one here. So it does dry fast and it does dry quick. Okay, there you go. There's that little card. I'm actually not going to put it. I'm just going to leave it alone, leave it as is. And let's see, this one here looks great. Here's the other one, the two that we created now, and these are the other two that I showed you. So yeah, there we go. That was quick and easy. And we decorated this one here. So let me bring this one out. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Yes. Okay, folks. Well, if you like what you see, yes, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.